There's a reason why you're not a freeform rapper.
Well, she's from England.
You're in the building. Rhyme on the spot.
She's from Great Britain, and in Great Britain they use pence. What's a pence? It's like a penny, right?
A pence?
Yeah.
Yeah,
see.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
He said she's loving a robot that doesn't make much sense. She's a black magic woman.
Would you give me a different sense?
No is the answer. I will not give you a no for that.
Thank you, Ruth. Ruth Connell, everybody.
It's okay. I'll give you a penny for my thoughts later. But, hi. It's so nice to be warm. Is anybody else freezing yesterday? But all this kind of body heat, I'm actually going to have to take my jacket off for the first time. Hi!
This is my stage voice. Can you hear me at the back?
This is much more intimate. How are you all doing? It's a Sunday in Vegas, tell the truth. How good a time did you have last night? Were you all shimmying down in your seats? Yeah. Who shimmied the most? Hands up who shimmied the most. This lady here shimmied the most. And she's got the sparkly mask to prove it. Anyway, I know the real reason we're here today is to see two large cod wallopers called Jensen and Jordan. Is that right? Oh, Dad and Jensen. That's it, I remember them. They'll be here in a little while, but first of all, you've got me, then you've got Alcal. Alcal's my favorite. Don't tell me, Sean. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I want to wish you a happy early birthday because we share the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Although I am years older than you, but same.
Are you?
Okay.
What year are you born? Oh, sorry, I was announcing your age to Las Vegas.
74.
74. Just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Are you an Aries or a Taurus?
I'm on the cusp. So,
Yeah, but which one does it fall?
Taurus.
Taurus. I'm 29 degrees Aries. Either way, I've got horns. Are you very Taurus, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, and you've got that like sort of Korean beauty thing going on.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, we were just having a chat. We just met, we're just catching up. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
My name is Joby, and well, I'm kind of from here and kind of from Missouri, both states. Part-time both. My son...
You say Missouri?
Missouri. No, because I'm not true Missourian.
Okay.
So, but...
I've been watching Ozark.
Oh.
Paying attention.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Who's watching Ozark? I try and do, you know Ruth from Ozark? I once did an impersonation of her, really loudly in the house, and I didn't realise somebody was on Skype and the person at the other end could hear me cursing and swearing in a really thick Missouri accent. I'll maybe do it for you later if I get more tea in me. Anyway, let's stop talking. We're here to celebrate Supernatural, not Ozark. Ozark is pretty awesome. Anyway, I know you had a question, and we will get to it.
So my son is here with me. He's 15. He's going on a school trip in the summer to Scotland.
Oh!
He's too embarrassed to come up.
Where is he? This will show him. I just realised I'm not allowed because of COVID or what the fuck it's called. Whereabouts are you flying into in Scotland, young man?
They're not sure yet. They're not, well, it's kind of a day excursion, so they're not quite sure where they're going yet.
Dance?
Well, no. So it's mainly to London, but they're doing a day in Scotland, so they're not sure where they're going yet. It's last minute.
I see.
Just because of COVID, I guess. They have no idea.
Are you looking forward to it? Good, I'm glad. Sorry, you do have a question.
Yeah. So
I will let you get to it at some point.
That's okay. What would be one interesting fact that he could give his teacher to impress her about Scotland?
One interesting fact. That Scotland has had different names, and that Scotland is also called Caledonia. But before that, way back, it was called Alba. And Alba in other languages means what? White, light, love, God, all different kinds of things. And I just love that, because it's in the far in the east. Anyways, but Scotland has this kind of magical name called Alba. And I was in a theatre company called Theatre Alba, that's the only reason I know that. So yeah, is that a good fact? Caledonia and Alba. And there's a song called Caledonia that you could listen to. Do you sing? Okay, don't do that. But when you're like on the bus up to Scotland or the train up to Scotland, you could just be like, break into song. I don't know if you can see. It goes on like that. The changes that have come over me in these past few days when I've seen myself. Does nobody know the song Caledonia? Let me tell you that I love you and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. It's such a beautiful song, it makes me want to cry, so I'm not going to sing it anymore. Thanks for your question. I'm going to come back over this side in a second. Thank you so much. I love what is your white outfit?
It's actually a jumpsuit.
I love that.
Thank you. I got it at a really cool social justice thrift shop that I own.
Yes, awesome. I feel like I should have it. This is when I start stealing the clothes off of people's backs. I do need lots of different outfits, so I'm going to come back and talk to you in a minute. How are you all doing? Am I still 6 feet apart if I walk through there?
Yeah.
This is when somebody comes and rugby tackles me to the ground. So nice to see all your faces. Isn't this so awesome that they found a way to make this work? And I know it's a pain in the neck with plexiglass and everything else, but isn't it so nice we found a way to do this? Let's just be grateful to creation for making this work and happen today. Thanks for coming so much. Thank you. And listen, we should say a thank you to all the technical team who are in the background. All of the stuff, all of the time. From the lights to the sound, to the poor handlers who have to deal with actors all day. Can you imagine anything worse? Hi there.
Hi.
What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
Alexis, Utah, world peace.
Good answers.
So, Rowena is known for being like a fashion icon on the show. What was your favorite outfit to wear? And if you could get your hands on it again, if you haven't already, would you want it from set?
Okay, so you just put your finger in a really sore spot that I'm bitter about. I'm really bitter and twisted about it. I'm not actually kidding. Normally I joke about things like that, but I'm actually like, why do I not have all of Rowena's outfits? Who else are they going to fit? Where are they? Why do I not have them all? There was some of the outfits have gone to the Warner Brothers storage, like they specifically took the red jumpsuit. You know, there's things that they do for posterity or to have in their, I don't know what, you know what I mean? They specifically keep some of the costumes. I would have loved, probably, realistically, I would have loved I probably would actually wear at least half her wardrobe. And there's been certain things that I've actually bought, like boots maybe that were really comfy and I thought were cool, and so I would go and actually buy them myself. But when the show ended, normally if I would have been there, I would have stolen. But because of COVID's taken a lot from people. The worst thing it did to me probably was rob me of my chance to steal all my wardrobe. And I reached out to the producers and were like, I would like to purchase. And I couldn't, I don't know why I couldn't, but my idea was to purchase quite a lot of them and have them, maybe auction them, for like the t-shirts. I collected all my t-shirts together and we auctioned them off for random acts and we raised thousands. So like something like that. So in answer to your first question, my favourite, we had so much fun with so many of the costumes, so much fun. The thing that always pops into my head is, do you remember the red backless dress? Yeah. Just like, it was really hard to walk around in and really hard to wear, and I was sort of pasted and stuck and sellotaped into it. But there was just something so Rowena about that, like this daring red dress that she's gonna wear as she slaps somebody about. You know what I mean? Like she's got her gown on, and there's something iconic about that. And then I like the more modern outfits as time progressed, and she kind of got more with the modern program. Some of the trousers and jumpsuits and the coat, the purple coat. I would really have liked that yesterday in the green room. It was so fucking cold. I should probably get off this topic before I say anything else that's going to condemn me to Warner Brothers and I never get employed again. Thank you so much for your question. What was your favourite Rowena outfit?
I really liked the one that she was wearing in the Our Father Who Art in Heaven episode that we watched during the screening. The red, I think it's like a jumpsuit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, loved that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got a picture of that one. I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Also, sorry for almost running you over on your way to your autographs. I was not paying attention, and then I turned around and there you were.
It actually happens more often than.
And it's the same thing for Ross, so.
Don't worry. Thank you so much. So, how's everyone over here? You're okay? You're all going to walk out with me in a minute for like a Misha photo op or something? You mean I've got you? You're mine? You're mine? Okay, shh. Do you want to make my mega coven? Okay, so we're going to seal the room. Like I haven't done it already.
Hi Ruthie, you're so cool. My name is Masha.
Masha?
Yes.
So good name.
Thank you. I have a question for you. So 2 days ago we were talking with Tim about Kane, aka Murder Daddy, and you.
Murder Daddy.
Running hell together, and a
Oh.
potential sequel, which I guess would make you Murder Mommy. I was wondering what your thoughts on that would be. Where would you?
Why would I share? So that's the Rowena answer. The Ruth answer is that I remember being on set filming with Phil Segrisha was directing, and I was wearing a green dress. It was the episode where I called Mark my little sausage. And that was without knowing the mythology of why he sold his soul, but that's a whole other story. And Tim came on set, and he was just watching some filming, and he was such an actor's actor to me, with such a great conversation. He was so supportive and so lovely. We were like instant friends. And then I saw his work on the rest of that episode, and what he did, and I actually watched a later date with Richard Spate when Richard was directing. We actually went back and watched that episode again, where he was so fantastic in it. So I'm a huge fan of Tim's as a human being and as an actor. So I would like to see the series where Rowena's going up against Kane. You know what I mean? Like, she's got hell, maybe he's trying to take over. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to give it up that easily, straight away. Does that sound okay? So that way I get to work with Tim, but I'm also still the motherfucking queen of hell. Are there any children in the audience? I am so sorry. I don't normally swear that much, and when my mum sees me swearing on stage, she sends me an email with a clip of it, and she writes at the top of the email, "Not you." So I don't swear very often, but when I do, I really enjoy it. So thanks for humouring me, you're all fantastic. I love your jacket. Where's that from?
It's Rent the Runway again. You ask me every time.
I just need to do it. I just do Rent the Runway, don't I?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Again, I don't work for them.
But you could probably get good commission if you did.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna come back over. It's this side. That's right. Hello.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi.
We have different kings and queens of hell. Now that we have Rowena, would she change anything from when Crowley was king of hell?
Of course.
What would she change?
Do you remember the episode where, I think it was around about the same time, same kind of episode that I'm talking about, where she was like, "Be a bloody king!" And she was like, you know, she'd be the Margaret Thatcher to his Neil Kinnock. You know, like, she would just be so much tougher and enjoy it. She would actually enjoy it, and she would think of things like, she would tickle you to death with a wet tea bag. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she'd like just eat chocolate really close to your lips, but not give you any in front of you. Do you know what I mean? She'd find it really like fun ways to torture people and punish them in really fun, slightly sinister, slightly sexual ways. Which everybody, if you want to go to hell, that's the hell you want to go to, right?
I think she should change the way the demons treat the king or queen of hell.
Tell me more.
That they didn't really respect Crowley that much because of the way Lucifer was.
Yeah.
But with the way Rowena is, she should be respected a lot more.
Oh yeah. You know, honestly, in all seriousness, the thing that, and it's not totally my idea, like it's the writers, so we had a conversation about this. Rowena was not a megalomaniac or anything like that. She had a pain, she had a hurt from the Grand Covenant. She was trying to regain something. And she tried to regain something with her son. And, you know, she had her struggles, and it wasn't always easy for her. But the thing is, she was really good at what she did. And I love the episode after I died in the rupture. The episode after that, when you go to Rowena's house, and you see how organized she is with her spells and everything else. And like, often as women, and obviously for a lot of people, but often as women you have to be so good at what you do before you're taken as seriously as you should. And so I really think that she would apply the same perfectionism and attention to detail to being the Queen of Hell. I think she would really try to do a really good job of it. And she would be heavy-handed and really she'd be really vicious and volatile and everything else that's fun and entertaining. But she would really try and do a really good job and really make hell great again. That's a bad joke. And Chris is just like, Ruth, no, you went too far. Thank you so much for your question. It's fun to imagine. Wouldn't it have been even more fun to see an episode?
Yeah.
We could persuade them to do it, like maybe a spin-off, a Rowena spin-off. What would we call it? Oh, just got to read it, not like the Queen of Hell, or Rowena, like Xena, Warrior Princess, Rowena, Queen of Hell. Okay. I'm down. And then we'd have lots of flashbacks. And we'd go back to Scotland in 1665. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be like, Kate Blanchett in that movie where Benjamin Button would get all that CGI on my face so I could play the young version. Or like in the Irish movie with Robert De Niro just there with the CGI'd all their faces, right? Because I want to play all the Rowena parts. Okay, if it was a child Rowena, maybe we'll get a different actress. Although I can play small, I can play small. Hello there.
Hi, my name is Irina.
Hi again.
Hi. My question is, so we know 3 makes a Kevin, 4 or more makes a mega Kevin. Who do you think out of all of the characters in Supernatural, if you pick 4, would be in Rowena's mega Kevin, and why?
Say the first 2 things you said again.
I said that 3 makes a Kevin.
3
makes a Kevin.
3 makes a Kevin, sorry, makes, okay.
4 makes a mega Kevin.
Yeah.
So out of all the characters in Supernatural, which 4 would you pick for Rowena's mega Kevin, and why?
Oh, okay. Alcal. I mean, like, it would just be us, like, that in the Rupture episode, it would just be the 5 of us. Jared, Jensen, Misha, Alex, and me. Those men are some badass witches, you know? Especially Sam, he's so good at witchcraft. I think there was an episode, and I think we've mentioned this before for people who've been to a convention before. Who's new? This is so awesome. So awesome seeing familiar new faces and old faces. Not that we're old, but you know what I mean? Familiar. But Phil Secretia once told me he tried to pitch an episode where Rowena glamorized everyone. And I was like, wouldn't you just love to see everybody in sparkly eyeshadow? Like from Jodie to Dean. Just like everybody. Do you know what I mean? I kind of want everybody in the mega cover. Apart from Lucifer, he can. Do you know what I mean? He's the only one that's not allowed. Okay? Yeah. It's like, that's it. He's not allowed. But apart from that, everybody's welcome, and you're all in it whether you like it or not. No, ladies. You're late. Where were you? Excuses. I've got my eyes on you. Hello.
Hello, Miss Ruth.
Hello.
My name is Athena. I'm a local here in Las Vegas.
I love your. Where's your voice from?
I'm actually born and raised here.
Wow, you have such a musical voice.
Thank you. Listen, I've done this 3 other cons in a row talking to your beautiful self, so I'm glad I'm back for you. And my question is, if Rowena were to have any hidden guilty pleasure, what would it be?
I think all of Rowena's guilty pleasures like are on full display. I don't think she gives a shit. Do you know what I mean? I think she's like, I love this and I don't care. I'm trying to think. I can't. I'm trying to feel guilt. On behalf of Rowena. I can get there. So, you know, she did feel a little bit of guilt over Fergus Crowley, and that's really uncomfortable for Rowena. That's real bad. So this is not feeling like she's familiar with or likes to go towards. I wonder, like maybe on a Sunday morning, there might be one person in the room who gets this. There was a program on a Sunday morning in Britain called Praise Be. And it was a very religious program. And sometimes we used to only have 4 channels before satellites and everything else. And Praise Be would interview people about their religious beliefs and backgrounds. And I used to end up, it was a bit of an old folks program and I was quite young. But I would watch it and they would have really amazing people. And they had Katie Lang on at one point and she sang Hallelujah. And this is what made me discover Katie Lang and that song. It made me discover Leonard Cohen. And she was talking about her religious beliefs. And so you'd have lots of people, very Christian people, or whatever religion, they would talk about it. And I actually think Rowena would maybe like praise be, like, because it's to do with God and stuff. She'd be like, don't tell anyone. I'm really interested in these people, these pure souls, and their weird, pure purity and like love and all that stuff. I think that would be her guilty pleasure. Praise be. Thank you for your question. Hi.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm from Virginia, and I showed you my nails yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
So Rowena and Sam kind of had their relationship kind of grew into a mother-son type of relationship. By the end of the show, do you think that Rowena truly loves Sam?
Yes. Imagine if that was my answer and I actually did a short answer. Can you imagine what life would be like? How much would we get through? Thank you so much for your question. Yeah. I think she's a lot of fondness. And like the stuff with Carly, she's just suppressing the love so much. It's like it comes up as rage. But I think she's, I think, who does she play with if she can't play with Dean and Sam and this funny Angel Castile that she wants to pull the wings off? Like, who is in her playground? Who can match her and meet her and be there and understand her at all? Like, she loves them. Don't tell them I said that.
How did you hear about Supernatural?
Hello. How old are you?
12.
12. You're very brave to get up and ask a question. Good for you. Well done.
Is that his dad just cackling back there?
Like those Spade Boys, I was like, are you nervous? Like, I was so nervous about them. They did so well. I heard about Supernatural. It's one of those weird things because my friend sent me the casting breakdown, but I knew I'd heard of Supernatural before. It's a bit like you when you people who are not fans of the show, you know those weirdos that are not in our cult? They're like, that Supernatural, that show, the two, you know what I mean? That they always know. So I actually don't know, because I knew the show. I kind of knew what it was, so I'm not sure how. But I got this email from a really good friend of mine, Henrietta, and she was like, you know, you really have to try and get someone for this part. It sounds just like you. And so I kind of love that it came from a friend. And it turned out that my agent had already, you know, it was already slightly in process, but I just couldn't, I love that it was from Henrietta Meir. She's my friend on social media, you can follow her, she's a lovely actress too, and she does lots of audiobooks. She's terrific. So really through a very good friend, which is a nice way to meet Supernatural.
Thank you.
How did you find out about Supernatural?
Oh, my uncle.
Your uncle?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did it go down?
Okay, so my uncle was watching it in the living room, and I asked him, "What's this?" And he said, "Supernatural. You want to watch some with me?" And then I watched, and then we still watched from his party, and then I remember, oh, dang, I already watched this episode.
Do you continue to watch it with your uncle?
Not really.
Who do you watch it with?
Most of the time, my grandma.
Oh. That's so nice. That's lovely. Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye bye. Good granny. What good granny doing?
Hi, so I love you and your character, Rowena. So does my mom. She's been wearing a red wig and dressed her all day. Hi, Mom.
Where is she?
Right here.
Oh, you look fantastic. Good for you.
No mic.
My favorite line is when she says, "Amazon doesn't deliver here yet."
Say it again.
My favorite line is when she says, "Amazon Amazon doesn't deliver here.
Yet. I added the yet. You're welcome.
So I was wondering if there's like an update on that.
Amazon was actually owned by Rowena. Actually owned from hell. Oh dear, it's such a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's so handy. But we do have to try and buy local as well. Don't we? Oh, it's just so convenient. There's so good to what to do. I remember like 10 years ago, my friend was in publishing and she was like, there's this company called Amazon, because all they did at that point was books. Do you remember? And she was like, they're becoming a monopoly and it's really concerning me. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. That's my answer. Amazon comes from hell, that's my answer. That's a very funny question. So well done, you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Did I answer your question? Okay, good. Thank you. But they do deliver on time really well. Hi.
So I'm AJ, I'm from California, and I would like to know about something that made you smile today.
Oh, who's the girl I've given one hug because we're not allowed? Where is she? Where's the person I give one hug to? Hi. I don't want to She's okay. Yeah. I gave one hug today that I had special permission to do. From somebody I met through Cameo, actually, whose story really touched me, and it's a very brave teenager who's tackling something very difficult straight on with beautiful support from our family who've all brought her here. That, and also when I turned up, Angel had my coffee already ordered. Angel made me smile today. She's going to be like, why did you say that about me in the panel? I'll get in trouble later. That's a lovely question. What made you smile today?
Well, I'm having a great convention experience, so
Good.
just today as a whole made me smile.
Yeah. Thank you. When you're smiling. Hi. Hi there.
I don't like us.
I can hear you. She said, hey there, beautiful, and she's my friend forever.
Connell.
I feel like you are a little bit already. Sin City? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I feel like we talked about this, Felicia and I talked about our road trip, and we definitely hit Vegas. 100%. Can you just imagine Rowena in the club in her gown? And like passing, like winning at all the tables. Drinking from the chocolate fountain, wherever that is in Vegas. And like, I was going to go too far. It's just a joke, okay? It's purely a joke. Like, it would be to do with snorting cocaine off somebody else's butt. Something I personally have no idea what I'm talking about.
Really quick, finally you can hear me. Sin City loves you.
Thank you. I really like Vegas. Yeah.
Great to
Maybe
see
that seems like everybody loves Vegas, but I first came here and I was like, there's many different elements to Vegas, but I was like, essentially people come here to have fun, right? Really. really, a lot of people are turn up with goodwill, well-natured with lots of alcohol and everything else. But like, to have fun, and that's a really good thing. Like, that's what these conventions are too. It's fun, and we're allowed, right? What's the point if we don't have fun all the time? Well, at least a little bit of fun every day, just a little bit. So yeah, I love Sin City.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much.
My question is, if you had to disappear and start a whole new life, what would you want that life to look like?
Oh my God. How did you know I was going to do that? It's really, I think about stuff like that, how hard it is. Do you know, like you see it in a TV show or a movie and you're like, it's actually really hard to just pop up somewhere and be like, oh yeah, I just moved here from Kansas. Like, do you know what I mean? Like have pretend memories and like you tell a pretend story, like a kind of half fake memory, and then you don't remember exactly what you said, and it's like it'd be really complicated to be a spy or to start a whole new identity. It's a really tough one.
You'd have to keep all those lives straight.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I'd be very good at it. But if I had to go somewhere, wouldn't it be good to just go somewhere totally different, like Tahiti?
Yes.
And like, I can totally see myself just a really simple life in a beach hut. You know what I mean? In Tahiti, and like, I whittle wood.
That sounds good.
I make flutes from wood.
Can you play with flutes?
Yeah. I can play this. No, I don't know. Just whistling. Just gently whistling.
That sounds like a nice quiet life.
Tahiti's nice, right?
Yeah, warm.
Warm. Maybe too humid for my hair. It's not, maybe that Tahiti wouldn't work. Where would you all go? Like, this is such a good question. Hawaii. Why is it Dubai? Ireland. Ireland's like one of the few places I could go and do an Irish accent and it wouldn't be believed. So I can't go to Ireland. Where else? New Zealand.
Italy. Costa Rica.
New Zealand's awesome. Yeah.
Colonize Mars.
Where?
Colonize Mars.
Colonize Mars. I think the humidity would work quite well there for my hair. We'd go frizzy in Mars. I wouldn't have frizzy hair on Mars.
Hello, I'm Erin. I currently live in LA. I wanted to say that I love you as a person. Rowena is one of my favorite characters on the show. I really enjoyed her arc from becoming a very cruel, survival-driven person to almost caring individual. And one of the good
surviving to thriving. Yes.
Exactly, yeah. And I love your speech cadence. Like, you have a beautiful speaking voice. It's all on your own, but the vocal variety that the character had was just amazing. The deep growl to like the lilting musicality.
You should hear me dubbed in German.
Oh my.
It's amazing. I have such a deep voice.
My question for you is, if you were to write a memoir, what are some of the highlights that you would definitely want people to read about your life?
As Rowena?
As Ruth, actually. And hopefully you would do an audiobook so we could hear your delightful voice.
Yeah. The only point to doing a memoir is to really tell the truth. And I could probably only release it after I died. I think it's really brave and difficult to write a really fun, readable memoir and to really tell the truth about people who are still alive. You know, good or bad, or, you know. This is what's amazing about life. You know, but like, I wonder if, this is I'm just riffing. If I was to write a version of my life with all the difficulty, and that would be the first half of the book, and then I'd go back to the beginning, the second half of the book would be telling all, but with all the fortunate best things that ever happened. You know, because that's life, right? You know, like, we all have so much difficulty. And then we all have, there's a fortune there, you know, and I think it would be really cool because you probably have a lot of sympathy for the first person, and maybe you'll be slightly annoyed at the second version. You know? So I don't know quite what the highlights would be, but I think maybe that's how I would do it. I'd go back and be like, oh, by the way, when I won this also happened behind the scenes that was devastating. You know? Maybe? I don't know. I've kind of avoided your question. Kind of answered it.
I'd read it no matter what.
Oh, thank you. Hey, have you all read Jim Beaver's book? Have you read it? Yeah. Is it about his life?
It's when his wife got diagnosed with cancer, he had sent emails to his friends and family to keep them up to date, and it was a compilation of that through her treatment and that.
Oh.
It was very powerful. He did a wonderful job.
He's such a clever man.
Yes.
Such a clever man. He actually, we had a conversation at the convention we were at together last year, and he played a Scottish guy in a play, and I've seen the film of the play he was talking about, playing the young Scottish soldier, and we got talking and talking and talking, and because of that conversation, it made me start to write something I wanted to write. It's interesting how, you know, those things percolate through. We've got Jim Beaver to thank for that. Hi.
Hi, sorry. My name is Nikki. I'm from Springfield, Missouri.
You're from Missouri too?
Yeah.
Springfield, Missouri?
Yes. So the last time I got to see you was in 2016 in San Francisco, and you inducted us all into your coven.
Yes. Once you're in, you can't get out.
So my question is, those of us who are in your coven, do we get special places in Rowena's court?
Yes.
Or
You
do we all get
You get to boss the newcomers around. So all you newbies, you have to do all the evil things the more familiar people know and tell you what to do. Does that sound good? I mean, I feel like hierarchy is really important in hell and in covens.
I want to eat all the chocolate in front of everybody.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Punish downwards. All filters downwards. All the negativity. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Well, definitely chocolate.
They were asking me about hell, and I was saying one of the things that Rowena would do to torture people is like she'd eat chocolate really close to someone but not give them any. You know, just things like that. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah, I mean...
No? That's torture, right?
It's like getting a sub sandwich and walking really close to someone but then saying, no, no, no. I don't know, I can think of worse things.
I don't know, I would be for
You're
you.
too nice! She's just too nice, Rob!
Hell is fun with Rowena, that was the point.
That part is true.
Yeah, it's true.
Isn't that right, Robot Mike?
Yes.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Ruth Connell!
She's a black woman. She's a black woman. She's a black woman. Got me over. She's in love with the Roma. That's not right.